An evaluation for the superintendent of schools and a new facilities manager is named. Details on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Thursday, July 19th, 2012. I'm Sarah Colvin. Superintendent of Schools Dr. Mary Chakowski hires a new facilities manager for the district. Current Nantucket Schools facilities manager David Kanyok was chosen from a field of 11 applicants. Dr. Chakowski made the announcement and introduced Mr. Kanyok at last night's school committee meeting. Kanyok had the opportunity to say a few words.
Thank you, and I want to tell everybody that it's a real pleasure for me to be here tonight. I'm looking forward to being a member of the Barnstable Public Schools staff and working along with all of you. Just to tell you a little more about myself, I'm originally from northeastern Pennsylvania. I'm married. I have 3 grown children and a grandchild. And again, we live here in Barnstable. My wife, Kathy Lee, is from from Westboro, and she is a nurse social worker, and she also works here in Barnstable area. A little bit about my career. I've started out in heavy industry as a quality control engineer. I then moved from that into working with Bechtel Power. I was a cost schedule engineer at a nuclear power plant. After that, I spent 20 years with AT&T, Lucent, and the Gear Systems. I started out as a process engineer in a clean room and worked my way through technical marketing. I did a lot of program management, development, and things of that nature in that position. Ended up on Nantucket, and as everybody on Nantucket, I did a lot there. But I did manage to get involved with the schools, and I started my career with the schools as a project manager for capital projects, helping the facilities director at that time. Learned a lot about life inside of a school system, public bidding, project management in an educational facility, and eventually moved into the facilities director job there. This job came up. It seemed very attractive to me. The more I spoke with all of you, I knew it would be a great opportunity for me, and I'm just so very happy and pleased that you selected me. I'm really looking forward once again with working with everybody, and I am committed to give it 110% and make our schools as safe and secure and as glamorous as we can. So, thank you.
The school committee also discussed plans to expand the television program within the school system. Comcast fees will be used to add TV curriculum to students in the Barnstable Intermediate School. Also at last night's meeting, it was time for the evaluation of the superintendent. School committee chair Patrick Murphy had a few questions for Dr. Chakowski.
I told you I was going to ask you this in public, that what I found with high performers like yourself and in our past superintendents, the best question is ask you, what do you think you need to improve on over the next year? And maybe not specific tasks that you want to do, but in general, where would you like to improve?
Okay. Well, this is obviously, it's a difficult process to go through and sit through, and I want to just say thank you for your comments and for your feedback and your constructive feedback as well. This is my 11th year being a superintendent, and stepping in here, I felt like I was starting all over, for sure. You know, it doesn't matter whether you have 5 years, 10 years. When you enter a new district, you're starting over because you have to learn everything new. You have to learn people, understand the culture, learn people's names. But one of the things, and I recall when you hired me, was you said, we're a school committee that does not micromanage. We're hands-off. We say, we hired you to do the job. We're going to let you do your job. And that you held true on. That was not an experience that I had previously, okay? So, you know, it consumed a lot of my time, you know, as they say, the feed and care of the school committee. And that took a lot of my time, and you allowed me to do my job, which I didn't have to worry about that. So that was first. Second is, you know, there is no I in team. And I have to say that coming here, as much as you think that I may have reached out, people also reached back to me. And, you know, I recall Marie taking me around to the schools to visit the school when I was hired here, or when I was interviewing here, and you know, there was an immediate connection to her and to her ethics, quality, leadership, and immediately, you know, it made me sort of more comfortable to come in and walk into a brand new situation. And so when you have people like Marie, and you have people like Gareth, and you have people like Bill, and you have people like Mark Milne, and you're right, walking into a situation where a town and school collaboration consolidation I had never been exposed to. You have, you know, a Tom Lynch, you have a Bill Cole. It's about working together, and you know, that kind of support. I really felt like they were there when I needed them, and it wasn't, you know, never did they turn me away, or never did they say, well, you know, that's your job, you're the superintendent. And, you know, I never realized, having a full-time school committee attorney on board in your same office, how brilliant that was. Whoever thought of that idea was truly brilliant, and I really mean that, because you know, you can get bogged down as a superintendent writing, you know, legal information that you really don't know what you're writing about, and then getting yourself in trouble afterwards, and just advice and you know, listening and taking the time to listen, and spending many nights, you know, when people are gone home, sitting talking with Marie and Bill and Gareth, and just, you know, bouncing ideas off of them. Part of that is team, and, you know, I really believe, you know, my year, for me, as much as and I'm going to share what I think I can improve upon, because I believe there's always room for growth, and no matter who you are. But any success, or my success, had to do with the ability of building relationships with people.
Chakowski went on to say she'd like to increase the use of data in the district.
I feel I need to do a better job in working with our administrative team around the use of data in our district. And that is going to require me to make more of a concerted effort to spend more time with principals, whether it be during our leadership team meetings, talking about data and getting them to use it, and getting them to understand it, and getting them to work more closely with their teachers about the use of data. So, and data is a big issue for us right now. It's about getting accurate data, and we need the support, and we have an opportunity now to be able to do that. So I think my role in working with principals more closely around the use of data, so that they can then work more closely with their teachers, is an area that I need to improve upon. So I need to work on that, which means I need to spend more time in a more focused way doing that.
The superintendent added she'd also like to see an increase in technology use throughout the district. The school committee will meet again on August 14th. That meeting will be held at the Knight Auditorium inside Barnstable High School. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.